If there's one recipe my friends and family always ask me for, it is arroz con gandules, or rice with pigeon peas. Saludos familia, welcome to my channel. This is my first full video. My name is Angel, Angel if you want me to speak to you in Spanish, and I'm on a mission to be able to cook anything and everything, learn the science and history behind it, and share it with you. So what is arroz con gandules, or rice with pigeon peas? Let's start with what the heck are pigeon peas. Do they come from pigeons? No. They're also known as no-eyed peas, similar to black-eyed peas. These ones don't have a feeling. They're also known as gungo peas in Jamaica, or how we call them in Puerto Rico, gandules. Oh yeah, I'm from Puerto Rico. Gandules are a legume believed to originate in India or Africa. They were introduced to Puerto Rico during Spanish colonization and have been part of the diet ever since then. It was added to rice and became a quintessential Christmas time dish. Now that we know what pigeon peas are and what is rice with pigeon peas, what do you need to make this dish? You can make this dish in any pot or even a rice cooker. Although not required, I would highly suggest you invest in a cast aluminum, Dutch oven, or Caldero. Cast aluminum contains some non-stick properties. They're lighter than cast iron, very low maintenance and durable. They're a fast conductor of heat, which is a secret that allows for one of the most coveted parts of this dish, but we'll talk about that later. These were the first pots I bought when I moved into my first apartment. I use these for all my rice dishes, but I also use them for making stews, frying food, boiling pasta, and everything in between. You don't need these to make the dish we're about to cook, but I would highly suggest investing in a set for yourself because your future self will appreciate you. If you're interested in a set similar to this, there's a link in the description, you can get your own. For a full list of equipment and ingredients, check out the description as well. Now let's get started. There are three major steps when making this dish: the prep, building the foundation, and steaming the rice. Let's start with the prep. Cut into small cubes your smoked ham or a pork chop if you have lying it around. Traditionally, pork scraps are used in this dish, but if you have an extra pork chop lying around, feel free to use that or just use some smoked ham. Please don't use the sweet one. Ham can be removed if you want to make this vegetarian or vegan. Dice a half an onion into small bits. This is completely optional, but I think it adds a lot of depth to the final product. Chop up your herbs. And lastly, mince your garlic. Measure out the rest of your ingredients and have them handy for when you start cooking the dish. I prefer using medium grain rice as it is the most consumed rice in Puerto Rico. You can use any grain from long grain to short grain. Just ensure you use the appropriate amount of cooking liquid and it fits in the pot. Washing the rice is optional. I know Uncle Roger's blood pressure just went up, but some people in Puerto Rico just don't wash it. I usually don't. I do it depending on how lazy I am and what I'm serving with the rice, because washing it or not will affect how much clumping the finished product will have. And lastly, place your pot on the stove and turn it on to medium-high heat. Next, we build the foundation and start layering flavors. Add 1 tablespoon of olive oil to the pot. Add your pieces of ham or pork chop, along with a half onion. Stir and allow these to brown. After the onions have become translucent and the ham has browned, add the sofrito. Be on the lookout for a sofrito video in the future. I have a very strong opinion about sofrito. Add the garlic, tomato paste. Some Puerto Ricans use tomato sauce, but tomato paste is more concentrated and it will help build a better foundation. Add the Sazon packets. This is a seasoning mix that adds color. And the most important part, MSG, Uncle Roger's blood pressure going down. Add a little bit of salt and pepper. We'll adjust this later at the end. Oregano, adobo, and the 5 to 6 olives. I leave these whole because I'm not a big fan of olives, so I can take them out easier, but feel free to chop these up and add them to the dish. Stir and let saute, mixing every now and then. When the mixture is beginning to stick to the pot, this is your moment to add your pigeon peas. If you're using canned pigeon peas, feel free to throw in all the liquid. You'll need this to deglaze the pan. Stir, scraping the fond from the bottom of the pan, and let stew, mixing every now and then. After everything has incorporated, add your washed rice and mix to cover all the grains in the mixture. After allowing the rice to soak in the mixture for a minute, add your water and stir, ensuring to scrape the bottom. Once you've stirred the pot, this is your best opportunity to check for seasoning. Season to taste and add salt and pepper as needed. Now we add the cilantro and the long leaf coriander. Now we move into steaming the rice. Allow the mixture to come to a boil until most of the water evaporates. Once the water has mostly evaporated, collect all the rice to the center of the pot, cover it with aluminum foil or plantain leaves. Traditionally, plantain leaves are used to help seal the rice so it steams better, but you can substitute this with aluminum foil. I'm using both. And bring the heat to low. Allow the rice to steam for 30 minutes. While the rice is steaming, this is your best opportunity to start cleaning up and start prepping anything else you're going to be serving with the rice. Once the rice is cooked through, mix the pot of rice and cover again and let sit for about 20 minutes so the rice becomes loose. After you let the rice sit for about 20 minutes and all the other components are ready, there's nothing left to do but serve and enjoy. And you should have the most coveted part of this dish, el pegao, or the crunchy rice at the bottom. And that's what the aluminum pot helps you achieve. And that's it. That's arroz con gandules, or rice with pigeon peas. It's usually served with whole roast pork, some pasteles during the Christmas time, but today I got a fried pork chop with some tostones and a little bit of avocado. There's nothing left else to do. Go eat it with my friends. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or anything else you'd like me to dive into and cook, please leave it down in the comments below. If you'd like to join me on this journey of cooking anything and everything, please feel free to subscribe. To watch my latest video, click right here. Hope you enjoy this meal and you cook it for your friends and loved ones.